Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me here at Freddy Cooks International Soul Food. Today we are preparing candied yams. This is going to be such a simple recipe. If you never attempted to make candied yams for yourself, you probably didn't realize it was so simple. I'm going to keep it simple, not adding anything extra like pineapples or anything like that. Sometimes less is more. So we're just going to start off with peeling the sweet potatoes. And there's a difference between candied yams and just yams. If you don't like a lot of sugar, which that's fine in your own right, then you're just making yams. But candied yams are sweet, so we cannot skimp out on the sugar. So we're going to peel. I'm starting with 2 potatoes. It's just me, so I'm going to keep it a small portion. I'm starting with 2 large potatoes. You can peel it however is best for you. You can use a knife or you can use a peeler. Today, my knife seem to be a little bit slower than the peeler, so if you can't get it this way, you can try using a peeler if you have one. So next we are just going to cut our sweet potatoes in round pieces like this. And you do want to make sure you have a knife that's sharp enough. My knife here is really not sharp enough, and I really couldn't find a knife that was as sharp as I needed. But for the sake of this video, I just kept going. But you don't want to cut yourself, be careful. Now, if you are really OCD and you have to have your potatoes all the same width, then by all means, do you, boo. But I didn't have time to try and do all that. I'm just cutting the potatoes about 1/4 of an inch thick. And yeah, what you see is what you get. So although I'm only using 2 potatoes here, if you're attempting to get like 4 to 5 servings, then you can use 4 large potatoes. If you're trying to do like 6 to 8 servings, you use 6 to 7 large potatoes, and so on. I am adding a little salt to this water to get the water boiling, and then we're going to add our sweet potatoes to the already boiling water that we have here. You do want to make sure you have enough water to almost cover the potatoes, and you don't want to cook them too long to where they get too soft, because you still have to boil them down in the sugar. Here I let my potatoes get a little too soft, but you know they're ready to add the sugar when you just stick your fork through the top of it, and they'll continue to cook. But that's okay. I like my potatoes soft anyways. It'll be okay. So we're gonna add a whole cup of sugar for these 2 large potatoes. And I'm also going to be adding like 1/4 of a cup of brown sugar. I normally prefer dark brown sugar, but you can use light or dark, whichever you have. If you're trying to get 5 to 6 servings, then you're going to want to use about 5 large potatoes and 1.5 cups of white sugar and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And of course, taste it. If it doesn't seem like they're quite there, then you may need to add a little bit more sugar. Don't be afraid to add sugar. These are candied yams, and the potatoes will take in a lot of the sugar, so keep that in mind. I've had plenty of quote-unquote candied yams that just were not sweet, and that's a turn-off for me. If I'm expecting candied yams, I have just my mind, my taste buds are ready for some sweet potatoes, and otherwise I don't really want candied yams. If if I wanted a sweet potato. I just baked me a sweet potato, and let me put some brown sugar on there. Now, never mind that. You also want to use butter, which I didn't realize I ran out of butter, but you do want to use about 1/4 of a stick of butter. But it's okay. It's definitely okay if you don't have the butter. But we are going to use a teaspoon of vanilla flavor and a teaspoon of coconut extract. So we're going to be adding about 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon and a 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, teaspoon of coconut extract, and a teaspoon of vanilla flavor. Once you add all of your ingredients and your liquid comes to a rolling boil, then cover, reduce the heat, and let simmer for another 10 minutes on low heat. And here's your finished product. You have authentic Southern style candied yams. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you decide to give this a try. Until next time, thank you for watching Freddie Cooks International Soul Food.